The skin for Jinhsi, a premier 5-star limited DPS, and quite honestly, one of the most popular characters in the game, has just been revealed. What Kuro has done here is basically create an entire showcase, an entire cinematic for the purpose of advertising this skin. And I don't know if you all are familiar with skins released in some other gacha titles other than PGR, but those games don't really do things like outfit showcases. Those games don't really do things like advertise those skins super deeply and in this sort of way. PGR is actually one of those gacha games that does like a whole ass cinematic for their skins. And it looks like Kuro is taking that practice over to Wuthering Waves. So we'll be taking a look at some of the premier details of the skin, what its pricing is going to be at right after this. But before we do that, of course, we have to take a look at the cinematic. Jinhsi, Peach Blossom. Take it away, Kuro Games. So first things first, it looks like Jinhsi is actually supposed to be singing this song. I don't know if you guys noticed, but like her lips are kind of like moving in tune with the music. So this might be Jinhsi's like CNVA actually doing the singing for this song. And if that's the case, I mean, she's got a pretty good voice. I think some could say that this is a lot better than some of the music that we've been hearing in other games. I know one thing in particular when it comes to sort of like the Chinese singing by VAs is not a lot of people are happy with the Yunjin one in Genshin. And so if this is Jinhsi CNVA actually singing, who knows what they're going to come up with next for, you know, any of their future releases. I'm pretty sure all VAs in general, right? They typically have like a good voice, good singing voice. A lot of them release like music videos, right? So super excited for what's ahead if this is what's happening. Got the dance moves too. And of course, the Peach Blossom theme. Jue is now pink. And you can see the weapon skin as well. I'm assuming that the weapon skin is going to be attached to like the purchase of the skin as well. And so hopefully that can be applied to more than just her signature, and hopefully it can be applied to like every single weapon. Jue is looking a little bit fruity here, but honestly, I think it fits the entire theme of the skin. We got like a couple of heart-shaped blossoms. This is almost like, maybe this should have been saved for like Valentine's Day. This kind of seems like a Valentine's Day skin to me. And maybe it would have like fit a little bit better to like wait for the release then at this point. Oh, the horns. I assume that that's what her ultimate might actually look like. That's crazy. This is a great callback to like her plunge attack and her dodge animation, because if you all have been playing Jinhsi, she straight up is, I think, one of the most flexible characters in the game. She does like full splits and like random shit like that in her attack animations. And so I'm glad to see like this sort of like callback to like what she actually does in game. And of course, she floats. There was one time where I kind of got like yelled at a little bit for calling Jinhsi one of the potential quote-unquote love interests in the game. Was it really that wrong for me to say that Jinhsi is like one of the potential love interests in the game when she's literally doing this? Like, you're literally on a date with her in one of her cinematics, right? Or in a bunch of the cinematics. And so I think putting her into like that category of like, oh, potential wife, that sort of thing. How are you going to tell me I'm wrong after seeing this? She just handed you a heart-shaped flower that's pink, and she's looking at you like this. And she also changed the color of her eyes for fun.
In a moment this beautiful, there
nice
are some
voice.
words I wish to share, only with you.
Oh, but Jinhsi just admires the rover. She has absolutely no interest in the main character.
I still remember the day the ice began to melt. Without you, hope might still be lost.
Of course, this is a reference to 1.1 and us saving
Now
Mount
that
Firmament.
spring returns, who will share it with me?
Okay, yeah. Perhaps we're not beating the allegations with this one. Perhaps we are not beating the allegations with this one. I'm going to be honest. This is a little bit on the nose. This is a bit on the nose. Let's not lie, ladies and gentlemen. All right, maybe I'll buy this skin. I know I've said multiple times I don't like playing Jinhsi, and I think she's one of the most boring characters in the game. But maybe I'll buy this skin.
The peach blossom's beauty longs for ice that sea.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'll buy that skin. There's clearly a target audience that Kuro Games is looking for with this skin. I don't think it's a lie that it's released somewhat close to Valentine's Day. It's like a month away. And, you know, it's got like the pink peach blossoms. She's talking about who she wants to spend spring with. Guys, let's not play any games here. A lot of people are going to want to buy this skin after seeing this. And especially after this absolutely devilish frame. This is lethal. This is dangerous. They know their target audience. If that's what every skin trailer or like premium skin trailer is going to look like, this is baller. This is amazing. This is perfect. And I would love to see something like this a lot more often. Some could say the design of the skin isn't like exactly what they want, but the effects that I saw, especially this frame over here, I'm gonna be honest, I think that looks pretty damn good. When she has the horns, realize they're not coming out of her forehead. In her regular skin, I do believe the horns come out of her forehead, kind of like almost like a demon, but now they're coming out of the back of her head. I think like the design, it's like wildly different enough from what her baseline skin looks like in the game. Great job with the trailer. I think it's amazing. Let's take a look at some of the details for this skin. I think I see a couple of people linking it in Twitch chat. Well, I already came prepared. I already had it ready. Now that spring returns, who will share it with me? Kuro Games, you're releasing this in winter. So no, spring has not returned yet. I do actually think that this was slated for a later release. It probably would have made more sense, but they're kind of just dropping it at the start of 2.0, right? This skin is going to be permanently available after version 2.0 goes live. So that means that, hey, it's actually going to be at a discount for 2,680 Lunites. And after 2.0 ends and 2.1 goes live, it'll cost about $10 more. And so what this means is that I believe for 2,680 Lunites, that in US dollars is basically about $50 if you're buying it without any discounts and without any top-up bonuses. Obviously, it's going to be a lot more affordable if you've been buying a lot of like those 300 Lunite monthly passes, assuming that you bought one every month of the game and you haven't spent it yet. That's going to be about 2,100 Lunite that you're going to be having. $21 to $45 based off the bonuses, and then I guess it goes to 50 afterwards. And so if you've been buying those monthly Lunite subscriptions, you know, the ones that are probably the best value in the game, give you the most bang for your buck, then you'll be able to basically get the skin right off the bat without spending too much money on your end. And obviously, if you're free to play, you never spent $1 on the game, you're going to have your top-up bonuses, and so that was the time to spend if you do want to, and you're going to get it a lot cheaper. Some could say it's expensive, but we have to see whether or not it's actually worth the price by seeing what some of those effects are actually going to be. This is the splash art of the skin. A lot of people weren't too excited about it from the splash art. I think that they could have used like a slight more differentiation in color here. She looks really pink, even though she's clearly like not that pink. Overall, like there's a lot of white, but everything just looks pink. It's like they put like a photo filter on it. It did look a little bit not differentiated enough, at least from the version trailer. And so now that we've gone into and actually seen what it looks like in game, I think it looks a lot better. Here's the showcase. The character menu art. What you're going to be seeing when you slot her into the team in game. And so first things first, definitely a lot more color differentiation here. Everything looks a lot better. She's got like the buns on her head. I guess a rose or cherry blossom choker, that sort of thing. And then a cute little outfit going on over here. One thing that I noticed and that somebody actually pointed out is that, oh, looky here. What do we have here? Is that familiar to anybody? Have we seen this before, ladies and gentlemen? It looks like Chang Li is dead. She has been harvested. Chang Li has been harvested. How else are you going to get this? Where are you going to get this from? It's like Jinhsi went like ivory hunting, you know, like how they go to like South Africa to poach elephants. It's like she just hunted down Chang Li and then took her hair. That's absolutely insane. You know what? Maybe Fob Master was right all along. Jinhsi and Chang Li quite literally are the same character. I mean, this is just further evidence of the fact, right? They have to be the same exact character at this point. Exuberant are the peach blossoms. Brilliant is their luster. I hope she says that in game. If this skin has like custom voice lines and she actually says this in game instead of it just being like a quote, that's gonna be awesome. Welcome the arrival of spring. Jinhsi changes into a new dress. Gone are the muted tones of her usual formal attire. That's true. She literally wears white and black. That's all she wears, white and black. Peach blossoms adorn her hair and an elegant adornment graces her neck. Their hue soft yet radiant, a reflection of her charm. Her beauty rivals the blossoms around her, or perhaps it is her beauty that makes them bloom so brilliantly. All right, Kuro Games. We can enjoy our character design. Do we have to glaze it this much? I'm just joking. She is very pretty. Brightest shade of red mist amidst a sea of pinkish delight. Interesting. Inviting life to flourish once more. This is a little bit on the nose. I'm gonna be honest. This whole section over here it's a little bit on the nose. Let's keep going. Now we're getting into the contents of the premium outfit set. What is going to be included? So we've got a new weapon skin. And as we all know, weapon skins, you can apply them to only one weapon at a time. I am hoping... Oh, never mind. So this weapon skin is only going to be usable on Jinhsi. And clearly it's a pink version of Age of Harvest. It looks pretty nice. It looks pretty good. And obviously, right, Jinhsi, when she attacks, she summons a big version of her weapon to come crashing down. And so having like a pink version of it instead of like her traditional blue makes a ton of sense. But one of my biggest fears is actually coming true. This weapon projection can only be used on Jinhsi and while she's using the skin. I kind of wish that I'd be able to use like a pink weapon on like Kuro, a pink weapon on Jian, a pink weapon on, who are the other, Lumi, something like that. But it looks like it can only be used on her. I hope this is something that they decide to free up. I think it would just be like a nice little bonus for actually like paying for the skin. I hope they turn it into a global one just because it's like a pink sword, right? It's like a little silly. Yeah, Tao Chi too. Yeah, it fits Tao Chi perfectly, right? Because Tao Chi's also pink. I just feel like this isn't something that needs to be locked at all. I don't see like a big reason for it to be locked, especially because there's like that big price tag on the skin in the first place. This is like a nice little bonus. It's like a nice little bonus to be able to use it on other characters because it's like an interesting color scheme. And yeah, it says it can only be equipped on Jinhsi while she's wearing the outfit. So you can't even use it on like her baseline skin, which is like a little bit... Do we need it to be that restrictive? I don't think so. You're also going to get a new background. So now you know who is supporting Kuro Games when you look at their profile. And you see that they have this whole attached to their nameplate. Avatar. I believe this is what you're going to be able to like change your profile picture as along with your nameplate. So again, just, you know, nice, pretty little projection here of her. And you'll be able to equip that on your profile. This is her idol. We saw it in the trailer, kind of like holding her hands together and then making the horns come out. She does a cute little smile as well. Yeah, the horns are coming out of the side of her head and her bangs are covering it too. This is what her normal attacks look like. As you're clearly seeing, we've got Jue with all of their pink glory. She's riding it throughout the attacks. And then you got some fireworks as some of the special effects. So this is looking really, really, really good, ladies and gentlemen. It's actually got a blue theme as well. So it's almost like a light pink, blue, baby blue sort of thematic. Next, we've got obviously her amazing 4-hit combo. Same with the whole blue and pink thematic. It's all looking great so far. I'm really enjoying it. They did show her enhanced skill as well. The enhanced skill is also on here. Now we've got the dragon puke, the dragon vomit, the biggest nuke in her kit, the air walking as well. That's a great effect. That looks good overall, the attack, but look at her footsteps. That's kind of awesome. I wish they showed some of her movement in the air while she's in her enhanced state, because obviously, right, Jinhsi's able to move around a little bit while she's floating around. And I wonder if her footsteps while she's floating around have that same sort of walk down effect with the cherry blossoms and like the water splashing. We've got her liberation. Wow. Obviously the same animation as before, but we have fireworks, and it looks like there are a bunch of different echoes that are appearing, right? We got a bunch of gold puffs. I think I maybe saw Abby in this little corner over here. No, it just looks like gold puffs. But what I'm hoping is that maybe they actually do have like different echoes that might pop up. If it's just gold puffs, that's a little bit boring, right? I want to see like all the little one costs, all the cute little one costs that are in the region. And maybe she'll have like different fireworks every time she casts it. Moving beyond that, it's just a close-up of that original splash art. That's basically everything that's going to be in the package. Just as a bit of a reminder, right? You're getting all of this for $21 to $45 with the discount, depending on whether or not you've purchased the top-up bonuses. What we haven't confirmed yet is whether or not the first-time top-up bonus is going to be available in version 2.0. What a lot of games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail have done is basically they have refreshed that bonus as they've entered a new version. And so this could be an amazing opportunity, right, to refresh that top-up. And then guys, if that's the case, you're going to be getting this skin for about like 21 to 25 bucks, right? I don't see any reason why Kuro wouldn't, especially that's 2.0, the PS5 release, blah, blah, blah. And it would be a great way for people to, you know, get back into spending, really incentivize it. And yeah, if you're getting this skin for 21 bucks, I don't see any way that it's not worth it, if I'm frankly being honest. You get to support Kuro, you get a really great way to view the new character. And honestly, the animations look awesome. The color scheme looks awesome. They've gone ahead and they made a whole damn cinematic for it that's also awesome. And you know, there are still also people that are going to be building up Blue Knight from the monthly pass. So when it comes to the price, I don't think it's bad even with the top-up bonus. And if there is a refresh top-up, that would be awesome too. Maybe they're going to be saving it for later. Maybe they're going to be saving it for May 22nd or a May 20th timeline. So it's like directly 1 year after the release of the game. But I think introducing it in 2.0, that would be a pretty cash money thing to do. It would satisfy a lot of players. And in my opinion, refreshing the top-up bonus, obviously, right, it's going to lose them some money by giving players a lot of additional value. But when you think about it from the perspective of not every player is going to own Jinhsi, and with the top-up bonus, it might influence people to A, buy the skin, and also buy the pulls for Jinhsi, and then also buy the pulls for Jeja, who is, you know, Jinhsi's best, who's Jinhsi's best in slot sub DPS at the moment. Having that top-up bonus might just make it so that people pull on almost every banner in 2.0. And that would be something to me, right, that obviously would work out for Kuro games as a whole, especially because, you know, Jeja and Jinhsi is one of the easiest teams to play in the game and is really awesome for new players. Hopefully you all enjoyed this overview on the pricing, why it might not be as bad as you're hearing on social media. I think that it is, you know, obviously it's expensive. Obviously you don't need it. Obviously it's not going to add anything to your account. It's a pretty damn cool thing to have. And if the character's looking at you like this, how are you going to say no?